Songs, Rick. Very good morning to you.
Yeah, morning.
They're classic tracks, aren't they?
They are, yeah. I'm a big fan myself.
Did you know when you were writing them, when you were playing them, that they would have kind of whole, still many years on, that kind of...
No, you don't. You know, you just do it. But it's great that they have still, stood the test of time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a testament to Paul's songwriting at the time, really. But yeah, I don't think we did a bad song. I think all of them are great.
What I'm surprised by about you, because I always thought the Jam must have come from the mean streets of South London or South London.
No, we come from the mean streets of Woking.
Woking,
Yeah.
suburbia, Stockbroker Belt.
Yes, yeah. Well, yeah, I suppose it is. Yeah. It's not. It's Woking is Woking. It's not a particularly marvellous place, but I mean, it's.
But you still live there, do you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Can't seem to get out.
Was it? But I'd have thought Woking would not have been sort of deeply touched by the punk revolution.
I think the punk thing did get everywhere eventually. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we sort of came in touch with that side of it when we moved into the London scene, really, because London's not that far away. I mean, it was so. Although we spent years playing around the clubs and pubs of Surrey and South England, it wasn't until we moved into the sort of London thing that things started taking off for us.
And tell us, I mean, how old were you when you first started playing together?
I suppose when we were at schools when we first got together.
So what, when you're teenagers?
Yeah, late teenagers, 16, 17, that sort of thing. And spent about 5 years around the clubs until we got signed.
It wasn't the three who ended up in the Jam, you, Bruce and Paul Weller. That was not the original lineup as such, was it?
No, we went through various incarnations before that. We tried to form a four-piece band to start with, and there was various members. Steve Brooks was one of the original members, and there was another guy, Dave Waller, and we had a keyboard player who lasted for 2 shows, I think, something like that. So, and eventually it sort of settled down to the three-piece.
But the three-piece has a very different dynamic, doesn't it? It's sort of not a raw sound, but it's a more basic sound.
Yes,
isn't it?
yes. I mean, it seemed to work for us, I think. It certainly made each of us work harder, for the arrangements and for playing live and what have you. I mean, when I think of some of the other three-piece bands around, I mean, there is something special, I think, about a three-piece.
And quite an intense dynamic, three of you, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we were. That was what we really liked, was the sort of.
Hello, my beloved HMTV viewers. I'm so sorry to report to you that Rick Buckler, the drummer for the British rock band The Jam, has died. He was 69. In a statement shared with the BBC, Buckler's family called him a loving husband, father, and grandfather, who was devoted to many and will be greatly missed. Buckler passed away peacefully on Monday evening in Woking after a short illness with family by his side. The news of his death comes weeks after Buckler had to take a break from his spoken word tour due to ongoing health issues, per Facebook. Buckler's bandmates also spoke out about his death. In several posts shared to X, singer and guitarist Paul Weller wrote, "I'm shocked and saddened by Rick's passing. I'm thinking back to us all rehearsing in my bedroom in Stanley Road, Woking," he said. "To all the pubs and clubs we played at as kids, to eventually making a record, what a journey. We went far beyond our dreams, and what we made stands the test of time." Bruce Foxton, the Jam's bassist, also shared via Weller's X account, "I was shocked and devastated to hear the very sad news today. Rick was a good guy and a great drummer whose innovative drum patterns helped shape our songs." He added, "I'm glad we had the chance to work together as much as we did. My thoughts are with Leslie and his family at this very difficult time." Per Rolling Stone, the Jam formed in 1972 and was best known for their songs In the City, Going Underground, That's Entertainment, and Just Who Is the 5 O'Clock Hero? The Jam dissolved in 1982. Their sound combined punk, new wave, and soul genres. Buckley would go on to perform with another British band called Time UK. He also formed another band called Sharp in the mid-80s, which included his The Jam bandmates. Buckler eventually transitioned to production and would go on to become a carpenter, building cabinets and other furniture. He returned to the stage briefly in 2005 as part of a band called The Gift. The drummer went on to write an autobiography titled That's Entertainment, My Life in the Jam, and a book about the Jam's final year called The Jam 1982. When discussing the legacy of the Jam with UK publication, The Strange Brew, Buckler found it surreal that the Jam was still relevant. It's just the fact that we're still talking about it, and that people are still interested in it. The records are still selling, he reflected. I have to pinch myself every morning and think, well, wow, we didn't set out to do that. We set out to be for ourselves. We set out to be a great band. That was it. That was all, like playing live and touring. That's quite a simple ambition as far as we were concerned. So to have this still being listened to all these years later just blows you away. Buckler is survived by his wife Leslie and 2 children. May his soul rest in peace.